Alright guys, it's 2 o'clock, there we go, 2:03. Headed over to my brother's house now. It's 75 degrees. It's almost cold enough. If we see anybody walking here in California, you see them dressed up in their winter coats and their Ugg boots and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of funny. I don't get cold real easy. Of course, we don't get down in the teens here very often, but I think it's the fashion side of things that cracks me up sometimes. But anyway, I see people dress warmer here than I see like yeah, Hubin and Chevaholic do. All those guys that live up there where it really gets cold. But anyway, you guys have been watching my stuff. You guys gone down this road with me before, so to speak. Heading over to my brother's house. We're gonna try and mock up that 6-cylinder today, I think. That's what we're gonna attempt to do, and then have a little family barbecue afterwards, so that'll be cool. My wife and kids will be coming by. Oh, there goes a cop. Guess I'm gonna find out if videotaping's illegal or not while driving. But anyway, that's about what I got going on here. It is a gorgeous day. It is, I mean, 75 degrees, no wind, and hey, it's nice day to be outside, so take advantage of these as much as possible. Not everybody gets that luxury, so I'm truly thankful for it. But see how crazy these people think I am when they pull up next to me when I think I'm talking to myself. But hopefully I don't have this thing zoomed in on up my nose or something. But anyway, so see if we get some work done over here, at least get some mocking up done. What we're going to do is we're going to put his old motor back in and take a lot of good measurements. So the new motor's a little bit taller than the old motor, and I know we had clearance room underneath the hood, but we want to see what kind of clearance we had. So we're going to I think we're going to stab the old motor in real quick, take some measurements, see where that goes, and then go from there. Get the right angle on it and all that kind of stuff, because his motor, I believe, was actually set to the side a touch, so we want to make sure that we get it in the same spot. That way everything lines up right. But like I said before, he has a motor bell housing. He got a Saginaw 4-speed, which that'll be pretty cool. That 6-cylinder and some glass packs and a 4-speed. I think that sounds pretty cool. It's got a kind of a retro sound to it instead of just, you know, the dreaded 350. Just kidding. But anyway, we're just about there, pulling into the neighborhood. I'll shut this off and drive, so there's usually a bunch of kids about, and we'll be back in just a minute. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
I was going
Pushing all that crap out of there. Here, I'll film you from this side so we can see.
Good.
Oh, we could use that other compressor.
Okay.
You're almost done now.
No, I'm not.
There you are. Come on, I put the other 5 in.
These give me the half-inch drive, guys.
You got it. You're doing good. You need the exercise. Beer. I hope this thing fits.
What she said.
Do you have a, did that have an inspection cover on the bottom? That bell housing? I don't see one.
No.
Okay, we pick one of those up.
And that goes right here, right?
Yeah. Anyone need a 4-speed?
Well, this factory granny gear in 1955.
Hey, it works great as a rock crawling transmission or a boat anchor. I guess if you used a real work truck, it'd be good too, but or a dump truck or something. So we're going to try and put this in here, along with this guy right here. Then we'll figure out some shift linkage and get a bell or a drive shaft. See how it works.
Most important part of the day.
Yes. Anyway, so we're gonna try and we're gonna bolt this up there and start seeing how much we can screw this thing up.
What do you want?
Help yourself, whatever you want.
What do you
I don't
want?
care. I don't care. We're about the grab bag today.
These guys rock, dude. I wish they're still around.
All right, messing with the tranny. We got it fit.
It's the lightest tranny Steve's ever picked up.
Yes. Here we got our. These mounts are sweet, man.
Not bad.
Where'd you get them from?
Chassis Engineering Incorporated.
Those are pretty cool. So we're just trying to fit this Buford in here, man. I don't know, looking at these mounts, we might have to come forward. But anyway, so far it looks like we may have to notch this cross member here for the bell housing. But that's okay, we'll notch it and then re-weld it up. Because otherwise the driveline angle would be a little ridiculous. So, yeah, we're gonna mess with this a little bit more and see what we can come up with. I think it's looking good. I like those mounts.
They're very nice. And we could paint them whatever color we want.
Yes, we can paint anything, whatever. We paint you whatever color we want. We can paint the floor, paint that hood. All right, so I think we got it pretty close here. I closed the garage door because it's getting dark. Needed turn the lights on. So we mocked up the radiator. Still have plenty of clearance with the radiator. The motor is pretty much centered dead on. The tranny is centered. The output shaft going towards the rear end isn't centered right now, so it's going to look a little off, but the tranny is centered for the drive shaft to go back to the rear axle. We're going to have to drop it down a little bit more, so we're going to have to notch. Whoa! Tripped over a leaf spring. We're going to have to notch this one a little bit, and then I think that'll come down a little ways, and then we're going to have to tunnel this one, I think, as best we can. I think that's what's going to have to happen. Remember, Mr. Heavy Chevy had to do that on Mrs. Heavy Chevy's truck. So I think we're going to have to do that. But other than that, I think it's going to work. The other thing we're going to have to do is the best option we come up with is we're going to box the frame here. We're going to box the frame here, and then put the motor mounts on that boxing plate. We'll do it right. We'll get it nice in there. I think that's the best option, because otherwise we're going to have to really modify this part of these. We'd have to extend these out almost pretty much the width of the frame, so about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. We'd have to extend these out somehow, whereas if we boxed it, these would go on. We have a little angle there that these would sit down in nice, and then weld them up good, and add some. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple braces underneath here, but anyway, I think we got her figured out. The tranny was a little tight fit. The input shaft is in there. It just didn't. The pilot bushing that was left over in this motor was a little scarred up, so we had a hard time getting the shaft in, but we'll replace the pilot bushing when it comes time to actually mate them up for real. So we're gonna, I think the next step is we're gonna put we're gonna go to a metal supply, find some metal, make some boxing plates. We kind of plan on boxing the front of this frame anyway, so that's not that's something we were gonna do. So we'll box the frame, and I think that'll give us our options of where to actually put this thing front to back once we box that frame. And then I think we may have crept forward a little bit. We may trim this cross member here so we can bring the motor down just a touch. We got lots of room underneath, but we don't have a lot of room up here. The original motor, this one's longer than the original motor. And the original motor mounted to this, and that's all that this mounted to, so we can notch this down and tunnel it, or whatever you call it, so we have plenty of room to get a belt on there and everything. and then our the radiator goes right here, but it's actually forward of this, so we had good radiator to fan clearance. I think it's about right. We'll double check that measurement when it comes time. But anyway, we got the barbecue started. He's out there getting ready to throw some meat on the grill. My wife and kids are here, so they're outside playing, so I think we're about ready to get cleaned up and just chill out for a little while. Kind of sounds like a plan before the work week starts tomorrow. So anyway, get anything else done, we'll let you know. You guys all be good. Have a good week. Have a good holiday tomorrow. Again, thank you to all those that served, family members, present, past, and future. We truly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys soon.